What's up? Welcome back to my channel. No, sorry. No, you don't have to stop it. You don't have to stop it. Hey guys, welcome back to Sparkle's Way. And yes, Sparkle is my motherfucking real name. Best vibes ever, guys. Love and good vibrations, alright? So, did you guys see the news? Remember last week I posted about the foster care system and went on a rampage about it. Well, look what happened on the news. A 2-year-old and a 5-year-old was murdered from their own father in Windage. Sorry if I'm not saying it right. What the fuck? This is the prime example of what I was talking about. They're so short-staffed. It's insane. Don't you guys agree? It's absolutely insane how it's so overlooked. And on top of that, I heard the woman even saying that there was other cases with this. That this has happened before. And I'm sure if we went down the history and looked at other cases, there was probably many cases like this that's happened over the span of time. But people have just overlooked. Like, we made a mistake. No, this is a huge mistake. How were those kids even allowed around that man? And the mother reported that the father was abusive, and she had concerns about the father being abusive to her and to the children. So please tell me where he was even allowed to have access to those children. Right there, problem. No need to investigate. There's a problem right there, right in front of our faces. We don't need to go down and see who said what and where as long as you have proof that she reported this abusive behavior from the father and nothing was done about it and the father still had access to the kids, red flag, problem right there. Shouldn't even be put up for discussion. Now, let's find a way to fix it. There shouldn't be a whole talk about, well, let's see where the problem was. I could tell you exactly where the problem was. Short-staffed, not enough resources. And actually, one of the lawyers said a had a really great point. He said we need to have more workers on the floor, like on the ground, you know, doing the call, like taking the calls of concerned parents and like other people, whatever, you know, taking calls, getting information of the situation before just jumping in, right? Getting all the resources, all the information before they go into this problem. Okay? And they clearly didn't do that. But wait, the mother did give all the information, but it went to their answer machine. So it waited for a while, and who knows how many other people have called in. And that message got backed up. Who knows where it ended up? Like, are you like serious? But like the lawyer said, there needs to be people that actually answer the call instead of it going to voicemail, which I cannot agree more. But again, it has to do with having more people on staff. Seriously, it's as simple as that. They need more social workers. And yes, what I said in my other video, I kind of was saying that we needed someone that was like trained fast to help the workers, but I take that back. I definitely take that back. I realize that it has nothing to do with that. It's more in the sense as simple as we just need more social workers. We really do. We need social workers. There already is for the foster parent, okay, for the foster kid, And there needs to be one for the parent, just for parents, to know what's their rights, what's going on, and to listen to them and to help them succeed to get their kid back. And also having a worker just for the parent too will also help the situation in a sense for the child. Like if the parent keeps making these mistakes and like the worker sees that the parent is not putting in the work to fix themselves, well then that ends. You know, the kid can't be bouncing back and forth. Oh, I'm gonna go home with my mom or I'm not, or mom or dad. Sorry, gonna go home with the parent or not, and back and forth. That traumatizes the kid. You know. But at least with the worker will be able to nip this in the butt before it gets to that point where they spend years going in and out of court and all this shit. Like, could have saved so much more time. And remember, when I talk about this shit, I've lived it, so I know. It's not just talking. I'm not talking out of my ass, okay? Trust me. Okay? So definitely that needs to happen. It's just more workers. And just like the government has just put money into it and made people more motivated to want to go into these professions because they're paid well. Or even paying these people to go to school because the healthcare system and the social work is both areas that are very, very limited, like very sad, just not getting light shined on them at all. And it's so horrible to see the way things are. And during this pandemic, I feel like so much has come to light on these areas, you know, especially that we've had so much more time to like not be so busy, like right after work, going out, going to restaurants, doing this, going to see friends. We've had so much more time to kind of be in our own heads and realize that the world has really gone into chaos and we've been overlooking so many things, and people are finally starting to speak up about things that we've just been pushing back. And I think it's a beautiful thing. But this needs to stop. I can't believe that it's gone to this point where a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old got murdered from their own father. That in itself is a statement. How could they let this happen to those 2 kids who are so innocent, had no idea, and were already notified in the system? That should have not happened at all. He was even known for mental illness and violence. You know, some people don't want to touch on the subject, but I'm sorry, but it has to do with the way it's run. The way DPG is run, like the way it functions, it's just not working. Like, you know that quote, when it ain't broke, don't fix it? Well, this needs to be fixed. Like now. A long time ago. We need more social workers. That's point blank, period. There's no tweaking this and tweaking that. You guys need more help, and you need to have social workers for the parent. You need to work together. You know, it's like a healthcare system. Everyone needs to work together to make it run. Everyone has a part to play. Well, it's the same thing with this. In the foster care system, we all need to work together, even with the parents, you know? It's not the parent is like shunned or whatever. No, give them a chance. Everyone deserves a chance. You know, and having their own worker will determine how many chances they should get. And will be less traumatizing for the kid. You know, and maybe the parent will be less likely to bash the foster parent all the time. If they had their own worker and someone to vent to and someone to talk to and got the resources that they needed, I feel like they wouldn't go to their own kid and bash the foster parent like, oh, they took you away from me, and and make it harder on the foster parent that has to deal with the kid 24 hours, 24 hours, 24/7. Sorry, 24/7. You know, it's not, being a foster parent is not like the daycare. You know, you don't clock out at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. No, that kid's with you 24 hours. I keep wanting to say 24 hours, but you know, all the time they're your kid. You know, it's absolutely insane. You know, they shouldn't even be put in the same category because it's not. They're raising a child, a very hurt child that's been through a lot. And that's not an easy job. It's not their kid. But they get looked down on so much. And I'm not saying every foster parent is amazing or whatever. No. But with anything in the world, there's always a few bad apples in a bunch, right? Well, it's the same thing with a foster parent. You know, there's always a few that are bad, but it doesn't mean that the whole basket is full of bad apples. And they get looked down so much. They're even nervous to say, like, yeah, this is my foster kid. Why? Why should they be like afraid, you know, to say these things? Because people judge them. Ugh, a foster parent. Are you serious? Without them, who knows what would be happening to that kid at their house? Who knows what they were going through? Do you know? Could you imagine? I find these people so strong for taking on another child that's not even theirs and helping them and finding the resources that they need to get them better. To let them know that they are not what their parents or whatever situation they were in define them. They can become a better person. That's what they do. But people look so down on them. And it hurts to hear these things. Because I know a lot of great foster parents. And it's a shame. It really is. Also, what I've noticed too is that, you know, I feel like there should be so much more daily activities for foster kids to make them feel more part of normal society. You know, sometimes they let, like, you know, they let them go to Lerone and stuff like that. But a lot of times it actually comes out of the foster parent's pocket. I know, surprising, right? I mean, they give them a certain amount for activities, but not to do sports and things like that. So that is a problem, a big problem also. No foster kid should ever go without just because they're foster kids. They should have just as much opportunity as that kid that lives with their parent. Why not? I feel like they would need it even more to feel part of a team, to feel included in things and not feel like they're a burden or they're an outsider, but feel united with every kind of kid, no matter what their background is. And what better way it is to do sports? I love sports as a kid, and it helped me get a lot of my frustration and anger out on that field. And I feel like that should be even motivated even more for foster kids. It should be like one of the top priorities. There's so many things I can think of out of the top of my head. But to think about them and doing them are completely different things. I'm more than certain there is many people who came up with the same ideas as me. But the problem is that no one's put them to action. No one shed light to these things. And now there's 2 boys that were murdered. And I'm praying and hoping that this mother and her voice and her grief will really wake people up and really shine light on this problem. Because this hit home. This should have not happened. But it did. And it better not happen again. And I hope that people even go as far as protesting for this shit. Honestly. We've had protests go on for so many other things. And this is one of those things that needs to be spoken about and loudly to hear across the world that our youth needs to be protected. Not only from the walls within their home, but the outside world. And feeling accepted and not being ashamed of where they came from and their situation, but uplifted to make them feel stronger, that because they went through those things, they'll be able to get through anything. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. To motivate them to be the best version of themselves. To look at those people who were steering them down wrong paths and showing them horrible things and say, look them in the face and say, I will never be like you. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be someone that you couldn't be for me. That's how they should think. All right, guys? Got a little deep there. Just got a little deep, you know me. This hits home. So, yeah, more social workers. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get on this shit. We need more social workers for the foster parents, the kids, and the parents. That's it. Wait, did I mess up? The foster moms, the kids, and the parents, okay? We really need to just get this out there for people to really understand and for a movement to happen. Because trust me, I'd be right out there protesting and everything. All right, guys? All right. Like, subscribe, and comment down below, and email me, guys. I would love to hear your opinion of everything I've said, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Peace.